Sweet 16 and bold as love, the danger I've been dreaming of. Sweet 16 and bold as love, the danger I've been dreaming of. Sweet 16 and bold as love, the danger I've been dreaming of. Sweet 16 and bold as love.
Hey guys, it's KK Witchy. Hope y'all are doing good today. So today's video is going to be a jar protection spell. So what the jar and protection spell is going to be that I'm going to show you is for a protection jar for my son. So if you want to get a few of these things together, I highly recommend that. But you can also do this spell however you wish. I would like to point that out. You don't have to do it the exact way that I do it, but this is just how I do things. So I figured I'd share with you all. Now you can mix, match, whatever you want to do with it. It's up to you. So first of all, you're going to need some kind of container. This is a glass candle jar. You can also use, it don't have to be glass. You can also do plastic. Baby jars, mason jars, whatever you want to do. So, some kind of container. You can also use Tupperware if that's all you have. So it's up to you. The next thing that I'll be using in this is some kind of reflection. So this is just a thingy. Listen to me, thingy. So this is just a silver platter that I got from the dollar store. And what this does is it shows a reflection. So the reason I use a reflection is kind of as a protection barrier for the spell work itself, the kind of, if anything negative tries to interfere, that it'll reflect back and send it back to it. So that's the reason. So that's what I'll be using with this as well. You don't have to use this if you don't want to, or you can use a plain mirror. It don't matter. It don't matter, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to be using this in my jar. Now the herbs that I'm going to be using is sage for protection over spirits. Dragon's blood is a highly protectant as well. Dragon's blood risen that I'll be using. Also be using amethyst. Also obsidian's going to play a part as well in this. Cat's claw. Bay leaves. Lavender. And I'll also be using a representation of color, which I feel is protection for me. And that is a white candle. And I'll also be using a stone that corresponds with my son's birthstone, which is, I always say this name wrong, but it's, I believe it's peridot. I always say it wrong, so you'll have to forgive me, because I have a hard time pronouncing it. But I'll be using a stone that corresponds with my son's birthstone as well in this. So, let's get started. Okay, y'all, so right here I have my Dragon's Blood Risen already crushed up. And what you want to do is enchant it as well as while you're crushing it up. You can use intention, or you can use any kind of chant that you wish. So, however you enchant things, go ahead and do that. So this is ready. So the next thing you want to do is cleanse your jar. And I have Palo Santo for that. Sorry, my mind went blank there for a minute. So you want to go ahead and cleanse it. also want to cleanse the lid. Now that the jar is ready, you can also use your energy to push out the yuckiness to also prepare your jar. It's up to you, or whatever you're using at the time. So I'm going to also be adding a little bit more things to this. So I'm going to go ahead, set that down. Hopefully y'all can see it. Let me just, there you go. Sorry about that. So, got that. Okay. I think you all can see it. So, go ahead. And the first thing I'm going to start out with is lavender. And what lavender is going to do is install sweet dreams. The next thing that I will be using is sage. And what sage does for me is install protection against spirits that may cause harm. Because where Jaden is still very young, spirits seem to be very attracted to kids. I use about 2 palms of sage and 1 palm for lavender. The next thing that I'll be using is agrimony. Those of you that don't know me very well, I use agrimony in almost everything. And what agrimony is going to do for me is allow any negativity to send back. So it's not going to harm. And this is also for like goblins and such, spirits that nature spirits that may not have the best intention as well. And it's also going to send back the negativity that may cause my child harm. I use about a palm of agrimony. The next thing that I'll be adding is a petition, and this basically is asking what I want, which is protection for my child. So I'm going to stick that in there. And then I'm also going to add a bay leaf for safe travels in vehicles or any other places he may go. So I'm going to be using 1 bay leaf for safe travels, like in vehicle. I'll be adding amethyst, a couple of chips for also dream protection where he is young. Add about 3-4 chips. Next, cat's claw to amplify the spell, to kind of bring everything together. So I'm going to be using about a pinch of that. Next is pyrite, however you want to pronounce it. But this, Jaden was born in August, so this is one of his birthstones. It also corresponds with happiness, friendship, protection, also dream work, friendship, happiness, And also if it instills confidence in a person as well. So last but not least, I'm going to be adding, I didn't tell you guys, but cinnamon. And then, well, now I'll be adding the cinnamon and then the dragon's blood to top everything off. So this is cinnamon sweet for the powder. You can also use honey, sugar, anything you want to use for that. But I'll be adding cinnamon. Cinnamon is also a great protection herb. This will also sweeten him up a bit if he feels the need to act on spirits that may try, or you know, bad things that may try to harm him. So that's just kind of sweeten him up a bit. So last but not least, I'm going to be adding the dragon's blood. And this is about 2 raisins full that I've done. You don't have to do that much, but I like doing that just because I work well with it. You can also substitute it with frankincense, myrrh, Arabic gum, whatever you want to do. But I love dragon's blood because it's so easy to crush up too as well. So I enjoy that. The next thing that you want to do is enchant it, or you can enchant as you go. So I've been doing this all kind of taking breaks in between and then enchanting. So this is going to enchant all together, and then I'm going to show you how to finish up with it. Okay guys, so I'm going to add the lid. The next thing that I'm going to do is take my candle, and I'm going to, hoping this will work without it falling over or anything. So I'm going to melt the bottom of it a little bit and stick it on there. Hopefully it'll stay. Okay. Can you guys see that? Oh, a little bit. Let me bring you down. Let me bring you down a notch. So now I'm going to light the top of it. Well, come on. Light for me. There we go. What I'm going to do with this is let it sit on the altar for 3 days. Let the candle burn down completely to cover the jar. Now you can keep adding candles if you want to. I personally ain't, but I'm going to enchant it for 3 days straight. And the next thing I'm going to do is stick it in a dark place where no one will bother it. Probably in his room, in his closet, or you can put it under their bed, however you may. But where Jaden is a toddler, I don't want him to get a hold of it just yet. So I'm going to put it in a dark place where no one will disturb it. And you want to go check on it every day and feed it and such. And when you feel that the spell is complete and it's gone, the next thing that you will do is, well, what I will do is I will take it outside and I will bury it in front of his window to still kind of install that protection and such. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, please let me know. And also, hope you all had a great solstice, and I'll talk to you all soon. Blessed be. Thanks.